Hi everybody, San Francisco home prices are going nuts. Case-Shiller came out with their numbers yesterday, and you can see they went up 5% between January and March this year. That's more than it went up last year or in 2013, which was a huge year for home price increases. It's people starting to use the B word, bubble. There, it's sort of a tech bubble tied to a real estate bubble, maybe, but holy mackerel, they're going up fast. Now, just because it went up for 5% in 3 months doesn't mean it's going to go up 20% for the year, because in San Francisco, they tend to get their price increases in the first 6 months, and then it tends to be flat. But it'd be very realistic that they would get a 10% increase for the year. And on top of that, the prices are crazy there. If you go to the San Mateo County, which is between San Francisco and Silicon Valley, the median home price is like 1.1 million. Holy mackerel, that means half the homes sold went for 1.1 million or more. So that's why people are starting to get concerned. I even heard a reference from the National Association of Realtors economists saying that they didn't use the word bubble. They said the prices should need to slow down in their increases. Well, yeah, that's one way to say it. So that's concern if you live in, or you're thinking of buying in San Francisco, Seattle, LA, but also for different reasons in Miami. You gotta really think about it hard. If you're thinking of selling, holy mackerel, you're in a great situation as long as you're selling and moving to Utah or Phoenix. But if you're moving out of the market, then this is a really good time to maybe watch and catch the top. It might be now, because we could be seeing, if you're like San Francisco, where the prices tend not to go up much in the second half of the year, we could be seeing interest rates go up, or in their case, could be tech stocks could quit going up, or that craze could level off. So you're thinking of selling now or next year? The conservative thing to do would be to sell now, because who knows what the future will hold. So if you're in a seller, you're in the driver's seat, you're doing spectacular. Now let's talk about the rest of the U.S. market. Generally, the rest of the U.S. market is fine. Prices are reasonable. They're not overpriced, really, if you look at historical trends. And you can look at the graphs on Real Estate Decoded. Go to the Case-Shiller numbers, and you can see that they seem reasonable, particularly if you look at the inflation-adjusted graphs. You're fine. So if you do start hearing bubble talk, if you're not in San Francisco or those bubble markets, I don't even know what I call them bubble markets yet, if those high increasing markets, then you're fine. But if you're in San Francisco, if you're in Seattle, if you're in LA, wow, you really need to be circumspect about buying. And if you're thinking of selling, you might want to really move up your plans. That's a guess. Who knows what the future will hold. So good. So I hope that's helpful to you. I wish I knew where markets are going here in Phoenix, where I'm based out of. They're fine. They're strong going up. I'm a little concerned that they're getting out of the affordability area, and that sets us up for more problems later on. You know, it's kind of a bummer, but there's pretty much been a real estate bubble about every 10 years. It could be 10, 15 years. And it's been 10 years since the last bubble. I guess it peaked in 2006, so that's 9 years. I was hoping we would learn something, or there would be changes that would prevent these bubbles, because they're so damaging to people. I still think that a lot of people will say the worst time in their lives, 20 years from now, they'll be saying the worst time in their lives when they got foreclosed on in 2009. And there were great real estate busts. These instability of prices is very damaging to families and to people. Hopefully we're not going to get into that now, but I'm kind of surprised at how rapidly the prices are going up in some markets in the United States. So if you have any questions, I'd really appreciate your comments on this, or anything you have in mind, I'd really appreciate it. I'm John Wake. I'm with Real Estate Decoded. I'm the Geek-in-Chief, economist by training, and I'm also a real estate agent with HomeSmart. So appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to Real Estate Decoded. And we have a free video on the best way to sell a home. And in fact, it's a way that would work particularly well in those crazy markets like San Francisco, Seattle, LA. Good. Thanks for listening. I really appreciate it. Take care.